Hi there, I'm Damon Owens, and today I want to talk to you about how to tell if you're ready to get serious about someone. We're going to discuss some of the steps, the tells, the signs, and the ways that you can discern and respond. So let's get into it. We have far more people in our lives than we realize. Family, close and distant. We have neighbors, coworkers, Uber drivers, clerks, baristas, you get it. There are always more people around us than we give serious attention to, unfortunately. But some people do capture our attention. It's an attraction or an interest or a delight. Their profile seems like a match. You strike up a good conversation or even meet for coffee or for lunch. Maybe it's a coworker. With these people, you choose to share more about yourself. You might share facts, likes and dislikes, maybe the favorites. Then as you move on, you must share your opinions because you're more comfortable, and maybe more of your backstory, where you come from, what's influenced you in your life. And then when things start to feel even more safer, you share your ideas, your dreams, your hopes, your desires. Really get deep with your past wounds, emotions, beliefs, or maybe even some vows that you've made to yourselves. And then finally, sort of that deepest level is our fears. What are things that we really fear? Look, these are examples of levels of intimacy that we move through in all relationships. Now, the details vary in every relationship, but the principles are universal. See, we slowly unveil ourselves to each other, hoping to see the other, to be seen as another, to be delighted in when we're seen, and delighted in just the way we are. Every bit of our sharing or our unveiling is a kind of decision to get more serious, right? Because you're being more vulnerable to someone. And by the care that we take when someone is more vulnerable to us, like when they share something, how do we react? Do we enter in and have that caretaking sense, or are we distant and sort of aloof? Here are the questions we ask. Can I trust you with this part of myself? Will you hurt me or will you protect me? Will you be delighted in me or will you be repulsed by whatever I share about myself? Will you embrace me or will you sort of recoil from who I am? And we're looking at these people and we're looking at each of these next level of sharing and unveiling. We want to know, are you part of my dreams and my desires of love and belonging, or are you part of the doubts and the fears that I have of being rejected and being lonely? Here's the deeper question. Am I worthy to be loved for who I am, or by you or anyone? And are you capable of loving me? It sounds deep, but this is that deep, tender part of our hearts that whether we acknowledge it or not, every relationship we have is treading these questions and answers of the heart, because it gets to our deepest self. And it's not just in dating or in approaching marriage. Some of the biggest issues we deal with in marriage enrichment, still working through these doubts and these fears, still looking for that answer. So, whether it's a potential profile match that you have, or maybe a cute barista or you just encountered, or maybe a friend from childhood that's been your friend forever. In every relationship, we discern sort of this readiness to deepen the relationship based on either the hope or the fear of that next level of unveiling, that revealing, that sharing, giving, and receiving of ourselves. But still, there's a stage, or I call it a level or a depth of love, that forever changes your relationship. There's a moment, there's a couple of them, but this is what I want to talk about. There's this moment when you move from how this person makes me feel to who this person is. And it's not something you can conjure up. It's not something that you just force to happen. It's something that in the natural movement, the ebb and the flow of relationships, again, whether it's friend, romantic, and I would say even family, it's human. It's deeply human. There's this moment where you start to see them differently. And it really is a divine moment. When someone moves from, let's call it the cause of our joy, you're just happy to see them. You feel better when you're around them. You feel like you're a better person when you're with them. Or, that excitement, even arousal, whatever you want to call it. And it moves from that sort of feeling to this realization of a person that you're looking at this unique, unrepeatable person that you may have never met before, you'll never meet again, and you could see yourself, discovering them forever. It's this moment where you see them, and you really see them. And they're beautiful. There's a wonder and a fascination about this mystery of a person in front of you. And again, it's not something you conjure up. It's not something that you will to happen, but you look forward to it. You expect it, because that's the sort of that next level, that moment in human relationship, that whether it goes on to marriage, whether it's on during friendship, whether it's deepening within family, it's not just that first moment, that blush, that category of person. Oh, they're cute. Oh, they're sexy. Oh, they're fun to be with. Or, they're really nice. But this experience of beauty, that is really beautiful to look at and see another person. And that moment changes everything. You can't go back. Once you see someone, you can never unsee them. The other sort of challenge is that one of you will always get there before the other. So here you are trying to make a decision about, whether I call them again, whether I return the text, whether I go to another date. And those are all fine questions. But the fundamental question below about getting serious with another person is about recognizing that you're moving through these levels of intimacy that's so human, it's so universal, and that both of you need to get to a certain point before the relationship itself moves there. One of you can't make the relationship. It's sort of a relationship. And you'll get there. Both of you need to get there. You'll get there eventually. And it does take patience, something I've prayed for my entire life. I've never been patient in a natural level. But it's always this prayer, Lord, let me be patient. Lord, I know you're here. Let me be present, right? But it's also the confidence that this is what happens with love. That in time, love always reveals the truth about ourselves, the truth about other people. So we make these micro decisions about seriousness as opposed to sort of this immediate decision of moving on to the next level relationship. It's not as much as a control and head that we really think. But it also gives flesh and bones to why we're Christians and why we do things differently as Catholic Christians. See, we keep God first and we keep him present because, he is love. And our search for love, our ebbing and flowing, our falling and getting up and experiencing of love, all these things are his way of forming us. Because, he created us out of love, he is love, and he created us to love. So this question of serious really is about the heart and soul of relationship, of revealing, of giving ourselves, receiving another, encountering another, and moving from just a category of how someone makes us feel in that first sort of moments of meeting to this encounter of a unique, unrepeatable person. And remember, healthy relationships aren't not perfect. They're messy. We have to learn about our own messes and other people, but they do perfect us because that's what love does. Love makes us more capable of giving and receiving in love. All right? Hope that helps you. Listen, so glad you're part of the channel. Make sure that you subscribe, like, all the good stuff, and come back for other great topics. Make sure you let us know what's on your heart. God bless you.